Next up, a lady who's competed here 3 times before. Never inside the top 20, though. Just 18 years of age. Romando Chesalina looking on. The music is Fire Dance, and the skater is Gintarė Vostrecovaitė.
Triple toe, double toe, the combination. Triple salchow. And the second jump, the second triple on its own, needs to be preceded by steps. So trying to avoid having a very long setup period. Double axel pulling back on the edge. Judges looking for the quality of the elements, wanting a strong running edge at the end of the jump, ideally. Second of the 2 required step sequences, not completely covering the diagonal access.
Well, pleasing to watch, but the fall there on the triple salchow will be a costly one. The triple salchow, not one of the jumps that carries a very high tariff, and she'll get a 1-point deduction for that fall as well.
And the elements that are required, there's 3 jumps. There's the double axel, and then there is the triple. Now, preceded by steps is what it says. In the past, there'd be a lot of setup time the skaters would often take to get themselves settled before the jump, and it's more difficult if you're doing steps directly before the jump to do it properly. And so making it more difficult for the skaters and separating them out in terms of their overall competence. And then the jump combination, there's 3 spins, a flying spin and the layback spin. 8 revolutions required in those, so once you get into the position, count them if you want. Have they done 8 in that position or not? And the combination spin, 6 rotations on each foot, a change of position in there. And you'll see, like Chris said, how the skaters are trying to, the top skaters are trying to change the edge, make it a little bit more difficult and stay centered at the same time.
Well, one of the key things now with the new rules is rotation. The skaters must get the jumps fully rotated. They're allowed to be a quarter of a turn short. Anything less than that, and if you were doing a triple jump, it would be marked as a double. And if you had a problem on it or fell on it, it would be marked as a double with a fall, a bad double. So the deductions can be massive. And I've just got a question mark on the salchow. I think she was under-rotated on that, so not only would she get marked as a fall on that, but it would be marked as a fall on a double, not a triple. So very, very expensive.
And
have a look.
It is interesting because we're learning about this new system, the technical area and the component area. On the bottom right-hand side of your screen, we'd like to see it displayed for just a little bit longer. You see a breakdown of 5 different elements of the components: skating skills, transitions, performance, composition and interpretation. And within each of those areas as well, the judges are looking at giving a mark.
There's marks. I can tell you that they have marked it as a triple salcho, not a double salcho, so that's good news for Gintarė. But 32.92 the overall mark, and 12th place of the 15 skaters that we've had so far. 24 will make it through out of the 37 ladies taking part, and it's going to be a long afternoon, but an exciting one. You can see the stadium packed to the gunnels again, and a big roar going up because one of the Italian skaters in this next group.
And one of the British people that stayed in our hotel said they were sat right at the back yesterday and said it's a bit scary. There's quite a